Hey, Twisters. So tonight we're live for a tilt between the Pittsburgh Penguins and Minnesota Wild. This is Marc-Andre Fleury's final game in Pittsburgh as he is looking to hang it up after a career spanning just about 2 decades. So we'll see how he performs tonight. We'll see if which of these two teams can bounce back. They're both coming off of losses. The Penguins on a bit of a slide already with a record of 3-6-1, whereas the Wild recently lost their first game in regulation. They come in with a record of 5-1-2, and we'll be hanging out for the entire game. So whether you can stay with us for the whole time or if you're just stopping in to say hello, I'm happy to have you here. And I'm also joined by my co-host, and that is Cortana. And there she is. And for every super chat and for every goal, we will award Cortana with a treat. And I've got some organic apple here. Oop, and now as I drop my watch, there you go. Good girl. So that's what's on tap for tonight. We've got a pretty big slate of games today in the NHL as we're about now 9-10 games through the season so far. We've got, who we got hanging out with us? Well, we've got Jake. You've been an MVP for nearly 2 years. That puts you at the cream of the, toward the cream of the crop of legendary twisters. Chance, Dean, Samantha, C-Dog, Justin, Rails. Thanks, man. That was actually, these were both from one of our channel moderators here. Chance, that you beat Toronto, and actually Toronto beat Winnipeg to hand them their first loss of the season. And nice beard. Oh, thank you, Vladimir. Yeah. I know that you might have a different actual name, but yes, Vlad the hamster. Yeah, the beard is we're growing it out a little bit. I didn't know that I could actually do that. I thought it actually stopped growing after about 2.5 months, but it is slowly but surely coming in pretty well. What's up, Dan? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping in. And there's Mike. As because of your generosity, good sir, and enthusiasm for the channel, I decided to be live for this game. I hope that the Penguins can turn in a good result here. Ethan, good evening to you. During the 2022 playoffs, and you got shadow banned? Huh. That's interesting. I don't remember you committing any sort of offense. And sometimes I could accidentally, like, my finger could slip and I might delete a message from somebody or whatever, and then it might accidentally report them and take them off the channel. I don't think that was anybody's intent, but anyway. The jumbo beard. The thing is that instead of the gray, I've got like blonde hair. Like my mustache is blonde, and so is like down here. Can you see the jersey? Yeah, sure. Penn's gonna smash it. Game time will be I don't know, about 15 minutes or 10 minutes from now. About the stream, didn't get the notification. Yeah. I wanted to make sure I got that in before I hit the go live button. Let's see here. Oh, Micro, what's up, man? Do the Preds deserve their first win of the season against Boston? Oh, I hadn't seen that game, but Nashville is struggling to score some goals. But yeah, Carmen, that's right. Okay. Wow, it's pretty late over there. Today we're rocking the Penguins Reverse Retro 1.0. This based on one of their jerseys, their lettermark jersey or wordmark jersey that had come out in the 92-93 season, I want to say, 93-94. It's got the penguin on the shoulders here, and it is a blank. It is, again, the Reverse Retro 1.0. And it's fun here because I've actually got both of my Penguins pennants, my Penguins pennant right here and my Wild one right here. Subscriber gift from Dan there. But yeah. What's up, Brett? How about the Sharks comeback? Yeah, the Sharks finally picking up their first win of the season. First win in the Ryan Warsofsky regime. And in crazy comeback fashion, battling back from 3 goals down. The Lunds for San Jose have really been the offensive catalysts. Eklund, of course, Granlund, and Zetterlund. Man, those two guys have really panned out well. Love the jersey. Yeah, it's a solid jersey. I know it's a white one, whereas most teams had colored jerseys, but still, it's a nice addition to the Penguins lineup, I suppose. But it's not like they're wearing that right now or anything like that. Yeah, it's this game, and we'll be checking around the NHL as we'll have some other games starting up around this time as well, including Flyers Bruins. Flyers definitely could use a victory. Bucks and Islanders, Rangers and Capitals. That should be a fun one to watch. Capitals are playing some pretty good hockey, but the Rangers haven't missed a beat whatsoever. 6-1-1 is their record. All of these games starting either now or half past the hour. And then tonight we have just one evening game at 10 p.m. Eastern. It's the San Jose Sharks, fresh off their first victory of the season, taking on the strongly starting LA Kings with a record of 5-2-2. Um, Sharks going to win the cup, 70 wins. Yeah, it's just about an undefeated season from here on out. Uh, I haven't seen any Capitals games. Yeah, they're scoring. They're scoring goals, and that's wonderful to see because they really had some trouble with that last year. Thoughts on the Four Nations jerseys? Not great, but I don't hate them. I think that overall they're all right. A little plain for my liking, but I think once we see the numbers on there, I think they should look pretty sharp. Love the Trey Kroner for Sweden as always. You know the Finnish crest will look good on the jersey. Canada's is all right. And then the USA one's plain. It's probably the least imaginative, or at least the least eye catching. I think. Victoria, hey, how you doing? I got a midterm. Okay, well, good luck to you, and go kick some butt. It's a long school year, so pace yourself, of course. First time since 2018. Oh, I didn't know that. Anime nerd. Hey, what's going on? Thank you for the super chat. We'll comment later. Driving right now, and you super chatted while you're driving. Wow, what a legend! Lightning, Panthers, and Sharks winning last night. I got to say, it was a good day. All right. Well, thank you, anime nerd. We're gonna give Cortana a treat for you there. Thank you, and we'll get underway pretty soon here from the Steel City. Drive safe. Sukuna, what's going on? Expectation. Yeah, that's a great question. Well, so far in our poll, looks like the Wild have a 65% advantage, 67%. I'm going to say the Wild take it, but I'll say it goes into overtime. Pittsburgh, they are, it's kind of like Mike Sullivan at this point might be coaching for his job. I don't know if you guys have a similar viewpoint as me. Yevgeny Malkin is now playing on the top line with Sidney Crosby alongside Ricard Raquel. Lars Eller is centering the second line, something that I believe we saw plenty in Washington, but that was many years ago with Drew O'Connor and Noel Achari. Noel Achari is on their second line. Cody Glass, Michael Bunting, and Pustinen. I don't know his first name, but he's a rookie from Finland. And then Beauvillier, Kevin Hayes, and Jesse Puljujärvi as their fourth line. And for the Minnesota Wild, the key story going into this game is that checking back into their lineup is captain Jared Spurgeon. He told you you look rough. Yeah, you look pretty rough. Forward lines could pretty much rival the Sharks at this point. But Pens 3-2. Everyone was hyping up this World Series. I'm not going to talk about the World Series. Not like I've watched any of it. Yeah. Yeah. What I'm hoping for is I hope Marc-Andre Fleury makes some spectacular saves. That would be wonderful. And have we already finished the anthem? I think we have actually. Yeah, we're going to get underway here early on in Pittsburgh. There we go. Boom. Win for the Blues. Oh, because the Blues are hopefully going to stay alive in the playoff hunt. Yeah, there's the top line, of course, for Pittsburgh. Malkin playing alongside Crosby. And the Wild, some of their younger players are coming into their own. I mean, Kaprizov is, I think, is what, like 26 now, 27. He's got 15 points already. He's basically the leader in points per game in the NHL at this point. Yeah, Mike, what's going on? Not a very strong start for them, but I hope that they're not looking to, push the fire button on John Tortorella. But it seems like it's interesting because I remember for a good bulk of last year, they were able to play pretty good in their own zone, and now what a pretty setup there, but a toe save off of the stick of Zuccarello. So the kid is so the kid is he still has been drinking from the fountain of youth as he's putting up over a point per game now entering his late 30s. Um, Thoughts on Jet Luchenko getting sent back to? I haven't watched. I've watched like one Flyers game, and I don't even remember seeing him at that point. Um, but I mean, he's the youngest player in the NHL, and you know, you want him to be able to, take in the game and learn at a comfortable pace. Obviously, when someone like that is that young, so I don't think it's anything to be concerned about. If anything, it's good that and also it helps that him not burn a year on his contract on his rookie deal. Sharks, yeah, I know a little Shorzy reference there. Yeah. Mishkov's off to a great start though. There's no risk that he would be sent down. Uh, that's not going to be on Torts. That's right. And I mean, Philly has kind of one of the more experienced tandems in the NHL with Fedotov. I think it's too um, too early to call him a bust. How old is he? As in Jet Luchenko? He's 18 years old. I think he and Celebrini, and there might be like one other 18-year-old who has played NHL action this year. Um, how about that? Mark Stone leads the NHL in points, and Eichel's right behind him too. Unbelievable. I had no idea that Vegas would be able to generate the offense that they have so far. Of course, I always love looking at like those expected goals charts because Vegas is never anywhere near the top in expected goals, but they finish better than just about any team out there. Fedotov he's 27. I did not know that. Wow. All right. Yeah, Wild threatening fairly consistently so far. Cortana, I just took you for a walk, girl. You had your time. I know. I know you're starving for a goal. You'll be rewarded soon enough, kiddo. Um. Oh, Mike, dropping the 199. Thanks for doing the Penguins game. My pleasure. My pleasure. Let's give Cortana a treat. Feels so weird for the Penguins to be abysmal. There you go, kiddo. What a good girl. Um, I mean, I think a lot of us kind of saw this coming this year. I didn't want to give up on Crosby, but just given some of the pieces that they've lost over the last couple of years, the aging focal points on the team, and the goaltending from Jari has not been adequate. Ethan Cardwell is going to make a debut tonight. That's right, Ethan Cardwell from the Doug Wilson era for the San Jose Sharks will make his Sharks debut. And just looking around on X, it seems like the fans and the media are saying that he's pretty deserving of that opportunity. But I don't think the Penguins are a goaltender away from being a playoff team necessarily. It can help though. You can get hot with a good goaltender. But yeah, look at Edmonton. Yeah, they're struggling to score. I mean, McDavid and Draisaitl, they're only at a point per game. I think that they got off to kind of a slow start last year too. But yeah, they made some. Crosby able to keep that out of the crease. The goaltending being a letdown is such a contrast to last year, where with Nedeljkovic, right? Cheers, by the way, guys. But I have not heard about how long McDavid is expected to be out. I think the Oilers are on a road trip right now, right? But he's not. He's going back to Edmonton to rest up. Blomqvist, and he's in tonight for Pitt, right? But yeah, Edmonton, they're basically trying to get their coach fired, and then they'll replace him, and then they'll go on a crazy run. I almost forgot that Eric Carlson is on the Pittsburgh Penguins. I mean, he was pretty good for them last year, but you know, you need someone who can be imposing on the backside of things too. A 911 save percentage at 22 is very good. That's Blomqvist. That would be pretty good then too. Um, yeah, yeah, and Brian Rust, as Mike you mentioned earlier, is week to week for Pittsburgh, so that doesn't help one bit either. As for Minnesota, they've got their captain back on the ice, Jared Spurgeon, former Spokane Chief, Jared Spurgeon. That guy, what's going on? Hey, how about the comeback last night? Good times. Uh, I mean, yeah, Pittsburgh hasn't. They haven't turned a blind eye. Dubas has finally understood that this team is going to need to heavily retool at least. So I get what you're saying there. I just didn't think that would be enough to be a contender this year. Winnipeg, yeah, Winnipeg. I remember they got off to a pretty hot start last year too. Now they're doing this with their assistant last year, Scott Arniel, and Hellebuck, of course, is on top of his game. The thing though with Winnipeg, I'm I don't want to say this, but like it's almost as if I'm a Winnipeg hater because I just expect that core to fall apart and not be able to get the job done even in the regular season. And then they come out like gangbusters. And then last year before the playoffs started, I said this team could actually get to the Stanley Cup. They're built like a team that can make that kind of a deep run, and they crash and burn immediately in the first round. Capitals being in the top 3 in the Metro. Yeah. That was kind of a sneaky, underrated off season for them, getting Logan Thompson, and they got Jacob Chikrin, and they were able to make a couple of moves that, given their salary cap situation and the veteran contracts that they already have, like they were able to be really resourceful in the offseason if they wanted to keep that contention window open. And they do have a couple of pretty good prospects in their system as well. So yeah, that was, if Washington wants to stay relevant and compete for, third in the division or something like that, I mean, this is a good proof point right now. What happened to the Preds being contenders? Well, don't forget, I mean, this team was like mediocre for a lot of last year, and then they caught fire and had a crazy second half for the most part. And now you, of course, are talking about a team that I think Saros is poised for a good season. Last year was comparatively not as good for him. We're at a commercial break, by the way. And I liked how they got Brady Shea. We talked about Stamkos and Marchessault, but I thought they had a really intriguing offseason as well. But I think it's taking a while for these pieces to figure out like what kind of role they're going to have, how they're going to fit in together. Me too, Rails. We're still a little ways out with Ducks and Sharks at the bottom of this division right now. Hey, what's up, me here? How you doing, man? Avs, a little. They're down and up. What's going to happen next? I do not know, but Ross Colton can score goals. Yeah, and that's right. Yeah, the Preds are one of the older teams in the NHL. Yeah, good points, everybody. Hey, what's going on, Nick? Good to see you here. Right on. Well, we'll see how Marc-Andre Fleury looks. We'll see how much he's tested out there. His final game in Pittsburgh. 12:36 remaining in the first period, by the way. How about the Sharks winning? Yeah. We've been talking about that a little bit. It's just amazing that Kyle Granlund and Fabian Zetterlund and William Eklund, all the Lunds are leading the way for the Sharks. Um, but it sucks that Celebrini's out for uh, he's week to week right now. Nashville's building a retirement home. Well, yeah, they do have some old players on that team right now. Zach LaRoe, I'm curious to see if he will stay in the lineup. I had written a piece on him just before he got drafted. I thought he was the kind of forward, that kind of no nonsense power forward that they needed. Yeah, of course. I can't see them not doing that, Mike. Buffalo won't get out of the rebuild phase. It's an identity crisis because whenever they wear the black goat head, they win games. Oh, interesting, because that was the last time they were, a serious contender, or even the Buffalo Slug when they had Ryan Miller, Jason Pominville, and Thomas Vanek. Penguins and Wild in the Stanley Cup final. I will buy you a jersey if that's what we get. Sens are playing better than expected. I was kind of high on Ottawa going into this year, although they're having a little trouble early on keeping the puck out of their net, despite trading for Olmark. I've got you a picture of Eklund signed with a certificate. Oh, nice! What a gal! What did the Pens need to do to be competitive again? I mean, you have to start a new era, I think, unfortunately. I mean, could they be a playoff team in Sid's final year? Possibly, but you need a new franchise center. I think the Pens have a good chance of getting a top 10 pick this year. So that should help a little bit. And don't be afraid to take on. I don't know what the salary cap situation looks like for Pittsburgh with regards to salary retention, but I think one good way to be creative with how you retool your team is to take on salary. If you're going to miss the playoffs, take on salary for a bad contract for a year or two. I guess Kevin Hayes was what they did, right? Do something like keep doing things like that, and you can get some good draft assets for that. Red Wings shooting themselves in the foot, but all is calm when the Lion King is in net. Have I signed any more jerseys? Oh, well, thank you, thank you. No, I think that you are the recipient of the loan signed jersey. Favorite Flames jersey. It's a horse, but it's basically like a dragon horse. Speaking of which, I saw Dragon Force earlier this year. Cortana, no. I'd say probably just the home jersey. I absolutely love it, and the road jersey is just as great for the most part. And I do like the Blasty's still pretty strong as well. But yeah, they've got three excellent jerseys for the most part. And that's a good point, Darkness, because Boston, yeah, you can put anybody back there and they'll have a good season. I figured Olmark could do well though with Ottawa, considering he was able to play pretty strongly in net with the Sabres. Wild still don't have a fully red jersey, and I gotta say, thank God. I don't know. I don't like the Wild with red. Seattle is up 3 already. 3 is it 3-0 already? Wow. We're gonna get a power play here for Pittsburgh, by the way. But yeah, the Kraken scored 3 goals quickly. Jaden Schwartz, Riker Evans. Wow, he stayed in the lineup. That's good for him. And Jamie Oleksiak, 25 seconds in. Shrew Merchant. Hey, good to have you here. Way too big. Yeah. It feels original. Cool. Well, thank you, Carmen. You got the Black Night Monster jersey. Okay, that one's probably the best one, right? That's cool. Yeah. How was that? Was it pretty loud in there in Lake Tahoe or State Line? You're gonna say 4-2 Penguins. Yeah, I hope we get a couple of goals, but at the same time, I want Fleury to turn in a good performance. Can we decline the penalty like they do in football? I know, right? I think you should have the ability to do that if you want. Or what you could just do is play 4-on-4. Charcoal Black Flames jersey is rumored by Fanatics. Interesting. Speaking of black jerseys, the Barracuda 10th anniversary jersey is pretty sharp. I don't know. I might have to like ask for that as a Christmas gift or something. Just about 10 minutes to go in the first period. But yeah, the only game right now that has a score is Seattle versus Montreal. The Kraken are up 3-0 already. Bobrovsky has 400 wins. Um, I think it just adds more to his um, to the case that he's the first. I think he's the first ballot Hall of Famer. He's a two-time Vezina winner. He was a finalist last year. He's been to the Stanley Cup final 2 times. He was in goal for one of the great playoff upsets of all time, right? Or was that Korpisalo? I thought it was Bobrovsky against Tampa in 2019. Should San Jose bring back the black logo? Um, the black logo. Are you talking about like the original the original shark logo? Am I keeping the beard until the Sharks win a second game? No, I'm just growing it, man. Pretty much. It looks pretty good on camera, I gotta say. I've gotten some compliments on it. I mean, until somebody tells me it looks like crap, might as well keep it going. Two of the greatest playoff upsets. Yes. Good point. The stealth jersey. Oh yeah. The Sharks. That jersey. I like the Cali fin. I think the Cali fin is more striking to me. But the logo that was used on the stealth jersey, uh, where it was just black and teal, I thought that looked great. Uh, all right, I'll be cheering for it, Mike. You made it home safely. Okay, fantastic. Uh, the original. Oh yeah, the original logo. Um, I mean, the last time the Sharks wore that was for Reverse Retro 1.0 and the 30th anniversary. That was the same season. The 1.0 was issued in gray for that. I didn't really like that jersey, but we haven't seen it reissued in white, and I would love to absolutely see that pretty soon. Um, Seattle's up 4-0. Wow. Oliver Bjorkstrand scores his third of the year. Tyler Myers, Calder Trophy winner Tyler Myers played his 1,000th game. I believe Luke Shen also recently um, achieved that same milestone. A shot, they score. Penguins are on the board. A power play. It's a power play goal, and it's the first shot of the year for Pustinen. So it's Pittsburgh 1, Minnesota nothing. And it looks like there was a pretty good screen in front there. So we'll give Cortana a treat. Here's a gold treat for her. Oh, there's Rails. Rails always keeping me honest. Always keeping me honest. There we go. Added a girl. All right. Making any beanies for merch? I don't wait. Do I have a beanie in my store right now? I thought maybe I did. Oh, and you know what? I had a problem with the vendor. They're very picky about how many colors you have in the embroidery. If you haven't seen it in our store just yet, um, I know I really would like to have it, but the problem is my logo is now a lot more has a lot more colors. It's more complex. But I don't know. I haven't tried designing anything in our merch store recently. Stay out of the box. Yeah, yep. Stay in the box. 5-4. Minnesota leads in shots on goal with about 8 minutes left. The Marco Rossi line out there for Minnesota. Minnesota. Valtteri Pustinen. All right, now up comes Rossi with Kaprizov, and Kirill gets stood up at the blue line. It's weird seeing a Wild defenseman wearing number 24, and it's not Matt Dumba. I'll pre-order something. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, like, I love beanies, so we could definitely use some in the store. All right, Puljujärvi, a shot blocked by Bogosian, and it's cycled behind the net. Here's Kevin Hayes. And Letang at the dot, a shot, and Fleury with the shoulder save. The Oilers will be in Nashville for Halloween. Okay, yeah, a couple teams off to not so good starts, but Nashville piecing things together a little bit. Oh, really? So the Wild are now just streaming on FanDuel, so they don't actually appear on like cable TV. Mhm. Oh, okay, okay. That would have been awful if you couldn't watch it on cable. Oh, nice takeaway. Here's Malkin. Hands it off to Crosby. And he's going to dump this down. Nice play by Faber to fight off Raquel there. With the toasty noggin. Exactly. And yeah, we're getting into beanie weather here as probably for the next, let's see here, for the next November, December, January, February, and like at least half of March. So the next 4.5 to 5 months, the temperature will not exceed 50 degrees Fahrenheit where I live. So good thing I have a lot of beanies and have a lot of teams represented too. Is it going to be enough? Another rough season for San Jose? It will be. Even once celebrating comes back, it's going to be a rough year. But that's part of the plan. I just hope that they can be patient with Ryan Warsofsky. It's just his first season coaching an NHL team. Uh, and, the Sharks don't have too many of their top prospects on the team right now, too. So next year, you might see Quentin Musty, you might see Casper Haltonen, you might see Sam Dickinson, you might see Colin Graff, even though he was a free agency pickup. Um, yeah, I think that the Sharks will be much more interesting to watch as we look at next year. There will be a nice step up there. Not to mention Yaroslav Askarov. We're waiting for him to. Yeah, there you are, Jake. We're waiting for the Sharks to call up Askarov or to maybe deal Vanacek or something like that. Yeah, the FanDuel Sports Network. This is on. What is this on? Is this on Fox Sports? I don't know. All right. Wild, the D pass, and seeing that around the traffic there was Blomqvist. He'll make the save and cover up. As we get to the final commercial break of the period, 5:24 left. Yeah, Askarov. I'm excited. Askarov with the Barracuda in the AHL. He's been looking really sharp so far. I think he's got like a 1.52 goals against average or something like that. And the Barracuda are actually good. So that gives me some confidence that the Sharks are developing some of their younger talents. Will the Oilers make the playoffs? I can't imagine the Oilers missing the playoffs. Um, give a playoff spot to Vancouver. Probably give a spot to Vegas. Even if you gave one to the Kings, I would be really surprised if the Oilers miss the playoffs, and especially if they don't finish in one of those top 3 spots in their division. Uh, oh yeah, you were watching Venom during the game. Yeah, I I, I just saw it was 2-0 immediately, and I was like, yeah, I don't need to watch this. And then the comeback happened. Uh, oh, thank you, Carmen. Have to cop an Askarov jersey or get the 10th anniversary Barracuda jersey. Customization is not cheap, but there are probably some people out there who are like, you've got East Side Jerseys on Instagram. They're based in the Bay Area and they do customization. So maybe you could get a deal on that. But yeah, an Askarov jersey would be awesome. And not to mention the guy is definitely cocky, but he's exciting, man. He's a showstopper. Cheyenne, hey, welcome. Given the Preds' rough start, do you think they make the playoffs? I still do. I think that we're definitely too young into the year. Now, no team has ever started 0-5 and made the playoffs in the NHL, but I can't imagine them missing the postseason. I think that this is just kind of an adjustment period for some of those veterans. Not to mention they are an older team, so maybe it took them longer to get up to speed with the game. I still will count them as a playoff team. I'm not giving up on them. Barkov's back for Florida. That's good. Bruce, good to have you here. I am doing well, man, and I hope the same for you. And also doing well is Cortana. Wait, kind of hard to. There she is. There's Cortana. All right, we're at 5:10 in the period. But I love his energy and the push-up thing with the bars. I know that's hilarious. Uh, oh, here's Crosby a shot. Oh, and just wide of flurry. Almost had it. Well, I streamed during the games in Finland. When are those games, by the way? Maybe I would. Maybe. Especially if we can attract some Finnish viewers, like my friends Marco and Ville, who I got to meet up with when I was there 2 years ago. Where can you get one of those 10th anniversary jerseys? Penguins score, and it's Ricard Raquel extending the lead. Yeah, and Pittsburgh playing with some fight. Hey Riley, good evening or late afternoon to you. Gold treat for Cortana. There she is. Good girl. You got an actual Sharks jersey. You got to rep the organization even more. Yeah. You can go on the. I don't know if you can go on like shop.ahl.com or something like that, but I know that the Barracuda are selling those online. If you go on their website and go to store. Yeah, oofda. This is this is not looking good for the Wild. They came out playing pretty well. They're skating just fine. But Penguins striking for the first 2 goals on their first 8 shots of the game. Toria, hello. Thanks for dropping by. Best start all year. Yeah, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if you're right. Since the NHL is allowing players to play in the 2026 Olympics, am I going to stream any games? I hope so. I mean, that's a ways away, right? But I would love to at least watch all those games myself and maybe do something special around that. Especially because now I think the United States, you know, they're drawing pretty level with Canada. You think of like Austin Matthews and Jack Eichel. The goaltending for the Americans, just like the Russians, it's incredible because you've got Demko, you've got Ottinger, you've got Swayman, and those goaltenders are still going to be at the top of their game in a couple of years. Thoughts on the Oilers, Philip? Actually haven't watched any Oilers games, but it's as I was panicking last year around this time, and then they made the coaching change. I don't know if that's going to happen, but It's kind of awful that they can't seem to score that many goals. McDavid and Draisaitl so far, each with 10 points in 10 games, and it's a little disappointing given what they did in the offseason. But I think they're going to figure things out. It's going to take a little time, and as somebody asked earlier, do I see them missing the playoffs? And like I can't say that they're going to miss the playoffs. Uh, where's Cortana? Oh, I showed her just a moment ago here, but oh, the wild score, Jacob Lauko makes it 2-1 with 2:57 remaining. So I can pan to Cortana here. It's, all right, I come over here. Give me a sit. All right, here's Cortana, and there's some apple for her. That's a good girl. Lauko, his nickname should be Loco. Speaking of Loco, has anybody here ever had a Loco Moco? Pretty delicious. It's basically like it's like a Hawaiian sort of like Filipino thing with rice, like a hamburger patty, an egg on top. It's really good. She's the best. Yes, yeah, she is. She is, Bruce. Um, for Loco. Yeah. I've it's been a long time since I've had a Four Loco, fortunately. Because those things they were 12 or 13% alcohol, and it was like a 24-ounce can. My friend actually shotgunned one of those one time. Uh, commentators can stop talking about the Miracle on Ice. Oh yeah, we're coming up on what 45 years since the Miracle on Ice. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do a sort of video, like some sort of feature video on that, kind of like I did with the Summit series with the Soviets in Canada. Uh, you hope that you get a dog and it's as wonderful as her. I hope so too. Best decision of my life. It's got competition, but it's the best decision of my life so far. Hope my friend was able to walk on. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, and they score again. Is it Gaudreau? Frederick Gaudreau. And the Wild just absolutely swarming after that second goal. And just like that, Frederick Gaudreau ties things up. Do one on the Canada Cup in '87. I don't think I know anything about that. Somebody might have suggested that at one point, though. Let's see here. All right, here we go. Cortana gets a goal treat. There we go. Yeah, we're feeding her some organic apple. Yes, Jake. Fleury was a longtime goalie with the Penguins. He was actually the first overall pick by Pittsburgh back in '03. And then, of course, the next year in '04, the Penguins select second. They get Yevgeny Malkin right after Ovechkin. And then the next year, they pick first overall again, and they get Sid the Kid. Yeah, this game has become pretty loony. Nice screen in front there from was that Trennan? All right, Fleury makes a glove save there off of Carlson. Good evening, Rick. How's Idaho? It's pleasant. It's definitely sweatshirt weather now. And I was saying earlier, now for the next 4.5 or 5 months, it's going to be 50 degrees or below. It's not going to get any warmer than that. LFG Wild, yeah, nice response by them. And then third rounder was Letang in the same draft as Crosby. Okay, I guess that makes sense because they're like the same age. All right, Wild storming ahead. Here's Johansson. Oh, or I should say Johansson. A one-timer and a save from Blomqvist. He's going to cover up with 1:21 remaining. Nice cup. Yeah, I don't have any Wild hats, but of course I've got my pennant in the background. I've got the cup. I almost decided to wear my Vikings hat, but I don't want to be wearing my Vikings hat for a little while. They've been playing like butt, but hopefully they get a win on Sunday night against Joe Flacco and the Indianapolis Colts. Rangers Capitals game. It's McElrath versus Rempe. Yeah, McElrath had a pretty damn good game last week. I think he had like a 3-point game. Um, oh yeah, we'll look at scores at the intermission. Danelle, how you doing, man? The Penguins reverse 1.0. Yes, sir. It's only a blank, but it is a pleasant jersey. I love the lettering is very nice on this. Absolutely. I got some Vikings news. Oh God, who else is out for the season besides Darisaw? The Houston Texans destroying the Jets. Hey, Skull Vikings, but don't forget now Stephon Diggs is out for the season. You got the 2.0 on? Nice. I almost decided to wear my Robo Penguin, but I decided not to. And by the way, Eller's going to pick up a penalty. A trade, Cam Robinson. Get me up to speed. Who's Cam Robinson? Is he a defensive tackle, a cornerback? Tackle from the Jags. O tackle or D tackle? How about we just have him play both? All right, Zuccarello. Nice play by Zook to send that cross ice. Now Brock Faber. Stosser pass over to Zook. Pulls up. He shoots off the post. And it was tipped into the netting. We're at 147 left. I got a new Raptors jersey. Oh, congrats. Is that the one with the actual dino on there? O tackle. Okay. Well, that's good for the Vikes. I mean, I'd still love to see them get some help on the defensive line, but now just given the we don't have very many draft picks coming up, so I could see them probably standing pat at this point, unless they want to trade away Jordan Addison. That's great, Riley. Way to go. All right. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to probably shut my lines. We'll see. Wild still on the power play for the last 4 minutes and 8 seconds. They'll carry that into the first intermission. This isn't the normal lines. Well, I mean, like I said, they're playing with a sense of urgency, which is good. But haven't really paid attention for more than like 5 seconds at a time because everybody's comments are great on here. So, but yeah, we're at the end of the first period. 2 goals from the Penguins against Marc-Andre Fleury, and then the Wild strike back quickly and will carry more than half of their power play into the second period. It's the Wild and Penguins tied at 2. Elsewhere in the NHL, right now at first intermission, the Kraken 4 goals in the first period against the Canadiens on just 9 shots. But the Canadiens did get one back, the 9th of the year from Cole Caulfield. And considering he changed his jersey number to 13 in honor of Johnny Gaudreau, I'm very happy to see him starting off very strongly. And we'll see. Maybe he could top 40 this year. Also, at first intermission, we've got the Flyers and Bruins knotted at 0. We have the Senators with a 2-0 lead over the Blues. They lead in shots 9-1. Noah Gregor, San Jose Sharks legend, and one-time San Jose Sharks draft pick Josh Norris, who was dealt to Ottawa in the Erik Karlsson trade, have scored the goals for the Sens. The Ducks, at the end of one, have a 1-0 lead on the Islanders. The 4th of the year scored by Leo Carlson. And then the other game we have underway right now is the Rangers and Capitals. They've only played 4.5 minutes, but teams have scored. Will Cooley, his 3rd of the year, and also scoring his 3rd of the year, the captain for the Caps, Ovechkin. And we only have one other game apart from these early games, starting at 10 Eastern between the Sharks and Kings, and that will be on ESPN. Shock the Bruins are 4-4. Well, don't forget, two of their losses come against the Panthers, or have come against the Panthers, and as we've seen, Florida does have the ownage on Boston. Uh, it's almost game time for Game 4 of the World Series. Will the Dodgers sweep, or will New York try and finish what the Oilers started and give us a? That wouldn't be so bad. I will gladly accept a reverse sweep, but yeah, this could be the first sweep in the World Series, I believe, since the Giants in 2012 when they stonewalled the heavily favored Detroit Tigers. All right. So we're at intermission. It'll be a little while until we get back to the good stuff. I guess we can take a look at the standings maybe. Is anybody planning to go to the Four Nations face-off tournament? Because tickets have gone on sale today. Those are going to be at the Bell Center and also TD Garden. Also, want to extend a shout out to Grandma Twist, my grandmother who lives in Virginia. I got to visit her earlier this year. She turns 91 years old today. So, Grandma Twist, happy birthday! Uh, if you weren't so broke, you and me both, Schlegs. You and me both. You have a reunion in July. I mean, it would be fun to go. Um, the 2026 Winter Olympics. That's going to be in Italy, right? Wouldn't that be something? By the way, the Capitals have extended their lead over the Rangers, or have taken the lead, 2-1 Caps early in the game. Ovechkin on the power play. He's got two tonight. Yeah, yeah. Grandma Twist. She's uh, she's doing pretty well. I talked to her for hours at a time, and yeah, she's my only gran remaining. Hey, Ethan, how you doing? Uh, Thanks for dropping in. And looks like the Islanders, their offensive woes are unfortunately continuing. Only hockey you get this year is the Erie Otters. Oh, okay. Wait, so they play. Wait, they play. Is Erie also a town in Ontario, or is it just Pennsylvania? I don't know that the geography of that area all that well. Hold on just a second. I just need to close the blinds behind me. The sun's glaring quite a bit. So hold on. There we go. All right, that should definitely be better. Erie, Pennsylvania. Okay, got it. There's no. Oh, yeah. I'm not. I can't really weigh in on baseball too much. Uh, all right, that should be okay. Okay. Hmm. Almost got to go to the home opener of the Penguins. Oh, that's too bad. But when you get free tickets, that's always quite a treat. Uh, like my one of my friends got tickets through work for the when the Sharks had the Stadium Series uh, about 10 years ago. So he was like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "Next weekend Stadium Series, you want to go?" And I'm like, "Really?" Because I thought that tickets would be like 150 bucks. So it's cool that I got to go. As boring as that game was. But yeah, getting tickets through work is always a plus. Hmm. All right. Oh, anime nerd, another 5 spot. Thank you. Went to the Lightning and Capitals game with a friend on the weekend. Got to see Connor Geeky score his first NHL goal. Oh, that's right. That was in the Sergachev trade, and I mean he's a first rounder, so that's good that the Lightning get a fairly highly rated um, young player from that deal. There you go, Cortana. Thank you very much for another super chat there. KC man, how we doing? Ovi on fire. Yeah, got two tonight. He's on Hattie watch. Uh, is that is that the Nimrod um, album cover on your profile pic? It looks a lot like it. I have that CD somewhere. Yeah, I'll take a look to see if Washington scores any more here. Oh yeah, 2-1, 2-1 Caps. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that. I could notice that from a mile away. Uh, it's my grandma's birthday. Yeah, yeah. She's 91 today. If the Wild get another Stadium Series or win a Classic, it should be at US Bank Stadium indoors. That'd be killer. I would love that. You were at the Winter Classic. Oh yeah, and it was minus 33. Man, I have no idea how much I would have to wear for a game like that because if I'm moving around, it can be whatever temperature. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. But when I'm just standing still and it's minus 33, yikes! I have no idea. Um, I've got a pretty good jacket, but I'd have to have a lot underneath that. Uh, we did have 1 day or 2 days here where I live where it got to minus. I think it got to like minus 35 with the wind chill. Uh, but yeah, that sort of thing isn't out here. The Erie Seawolves. Oh, huh. I don't. That is the Erie Seawolves. Is that a hockey team or is that something else? Curling. All right, I'm going to ask a question, guys. Uh, on the subject of outdoor games, by the way, 60% of you guys voted the Wild will win this game. Minor league baseball. Oh, okay, got it. Start Q and A. What is your favorite sports venue you've ever been to? How about that? What is your favorite sports venue you've ever been to? It could be hockey. It could be outside of hockey. I'd probably say that my favorite is I mean, it's a homer pick for me, but being a San Francisco Giants fan, Oracle Park, uh, a game at Oracle Park is fantastic. I love it there. It's in a fantastic location. Wrigley Field would be up there for me as well. I've been to a lot of games at Wrigley. US Bank Stadium where the Vikings play. Valhalla, uh, fantastic indoor football stadium. Sure. Trying to think of I've been to the Rose Bowl, but I was only I think 11 years old, so I don't really remember it. But that's the biggest venue I've ever been to. Stockton Arena. Stockton Arena. What's the capacity at Stockton Arena? Because Stockton is not a small town. It's got like 300,000 people in the city proper. Adventist Health Arena. Fits almost 12,000 for concerts and over 11,000 for basketball and almost 10,000 for hockey. Okay. Candlestick. Oh god, Candlestick. I mean, the thing that I remember about Candlestick the most is the stench. 2-0 Ottawa over St. Louis. All-State Arena, home of the AHL Chicago Wolves. Watch them win the 2022 West Final in Game 6 en route to the Calder Cup. That's cool. I've been in the building for a playoff series victory, but not that far. Not that far in the playoff run. Sharon Speedway? A Speedway, huh? What is the score of the Ducks Islanders game? It is 1-0 Ducks at first intermission. Top 3 home jerseys this year. Calgary, maybe Buffalo, and let's see. I'd probably choose a team like an original 6-1. I might say Chicago, or I might say I love Colorado's home jersey. Those are maybe those 3, something like that. Are the Hawks playing? No, not today. I think they play Thursday. But let me check my source here. Yeah, the Blackhawks' next game is in San Jose on Thursday. But unfortunately, Bedard won't get to play against Celebrini. Favorite AHL team? I mean, I don't follow the AHL that much, but I'm starting to keep track of the Barracuda more. I'm a Sharks fan, so the Barracuda would be my favorite AHL team. Will I be streaming for that game? Probably not. Probably not. Will the Sharks be a lottery team this year? Yes. They'll have a. I mean, they'll be one of the 3 worst teams in the NHL. I think that you can pretty much guarantee that. I would think. They might get first overall again. Although, I don't think the Sharks need first overall, just given the types of players who are available. The Sharks need a right-handed defenseman. So if the Sharks get the first overall pick, I mentioned this at the beginning of our stream. I think the Sharks should trade down if they get first overall. Look at that, the Capitals. They're up 3-1 on the Rangers. They've already scored more games than they did in the playoffs against them last year. I'm pretty sure. 4th of the season for Connor McMichael. Not to mention Ovechkin has 2 goals already. And yeah, look at the Caps. They're putting together quite an offensive show so far this year. Favorite ECHL team? I don't really have one favorite. I used to really like the Solar Bears. I've been to a game. That's the only ECHL game I've been to. I should like the Steelheads now because I live in Idaho, but I'm a 7-hour drive from where they play. And I'm torn because I'm a Sharks fan, and yet the Night Monsters play, basically in Lake Tahoe. So they should also be a team that I like as well. But I don't know. I don't follow the ECHL much. Timeline on McDavid. I haven't heard what the timeline looks like for him. Will I still watch the game? I think so. I know that Mrs. Twister. Okay, Friday. Okay, I've got plans with Mrs. Twister on Friday, but Thursday I'll probably be free. So I would think I'd watch the Sharks and Blackhawks. Yeah. And yeah, the Sharks and Kings, that's the only game that we're looking at. Not McDavid, Celebrini. Oh, okay. Celebrini is week to week. Who's at the top of the NHL? Yeah, Mark Stone. The Golden Knights have the best goal differential. The Winnipeg Jets are the best have the best record in the NHL right now? Kaprizov, though, I think he's basically at the top in points per game. Yeah, the top team right now is Winnipeg by record. Winnipeg only has lost one game. The Rangers are right behind them, although they're losing tonight. The Golden Knights are at the top of the Pacific. And in the Atlantic, the Panthers have a slight lead over the Panthers for best record in that division. Okay. Who is at the Oh yeah. Oops. All right. How about this, everybody? What is your best Halloween costume you've ever assembled? My best Halloween costume of all time is without question when I was a senior in high school and I dressed up as Prince. Not a prince, but the late great Prince. That's easily my best costume all time. All right, we're going to get underway with the second period. And no, I did not purify myself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. Zombie mailman. Did you like hide one of your arms in your shirt or something like that? Kucherov north of 130. I would think so. Jeff Hardy. Man, haven't had any Halloween money, but you've had some. Oh, you had a friend who was Darth Vader. There's you can never go wrong with Darth Vader, especially this year in honor of the late great James Earl Jones and Kaprizov. A one-timer is denied by Blomqvist. Holy God, you were power line. That's brilliant. That is sheer brilliance. I love it. All right. Oh yeah, Wilder on the power play, by the way, and a shot from Faber. It goes a little wide. And now in the slot, Kaprizov, good defense. Kirill the Thrill is insane. Yeah, he's off to a scorching start. Has anyone seen the movie Twisters yet? No, I've only seen the Twister from I think 1997 or 1996. This is supposed to be pretty good. And a scramble at the net. The puck comes out to the point. One timer and off a body in front. Kirill spinning away from a defender. Floats it over to Zuccarello. Back to the point. Faber, a shot off the backboards. And now we're back to even strength and a one timer. And Blomqvist able to deny Boldy. Play goes on. Let's see here. Boldy gets stripped by Graves. Down comes Eller. And the Wild able to stand him up. And now a breakaway. Here comes Frederick Gaudreau. He's got a goal. He shoots. He scores again. Frederick Gaudreau makes it 3-2. All right, we'll give Cortana a goal treat. Seattle scored again. Wow. Favorite moment in hockey history. I mean, if I was alive for the miracle on ice, that would probably be up there. Of course, having attended the Sharks game 7 against the Golden Knights in 2019, that would probably be toward the top for me. I would also say not to dump on Vegas, but after so many years, it was incredible seeing Ovechkin raise the Stanley Cup. That's one of my favorite moments. Freddie on hat trick watch. Yeah, Freddie's on hat trick watch, and now Ovechkin's on hat trick watch too. A shot and Malkin gets denied by Fleury. and he'll send it back to the point. Here's Carlson trying to deke around Foligno, gets stripped. And now Yakov Trenin, he's a big dude. High slot, a shot, pad save from Blomqvist. And now Bogosian, and off of the defender. Crosby dumps it out. And the Penguins trying to get the long change going, but Bogosian's going to help the team quickly re-enter the zone. And Carlson able to corral the puck from behind his net. Shots on goal. Minnesota's already got 20. Woo. They're definitely busy. Oh, Ogren is in the lineup for Minnesota. I didn't know that. And one of my other favorite moments is probably the Panthers winning the cup last year. You know, I've been watching them pretty closely for the last 6 years, and you know, we're very well connected with the flying fluffy hockey community of Panthers fans, and so for me, it was wonderful seeing them win the Stanley Cup. How many teams has Bogosian played for? 6, 7. You started watching the NHL. Oh, okay. Oh, so you actually, and that was that affirmed your allegiance to Team Teal. Also, you know, one of my most heartbreaking moments in hockey is without question the 2010 gold medal game between the U.S. and Canada. But that was a hell of a game. Not to mention the U.S. had beaten Canada earlier in the Olympics, and just seeing that was something unexpected. Now Boldy, high slot, looking to dump it off for Faber. The Penguins from behind their net, Malkin. Been around since the Atlanta Thrashers. That's right. Is he the only former Thrasher still in the NHL? No, Evander Kane, I know, is one of them. And dumping it down is Spurgeon. Wild, man. They're threatening quite a bit. Kaprizov at the half boards. Dumped by Pedersen, and high touch. Yeah, high touch. But yeah, 20-10, the shots now favor the Wild. Your favorite hockey moment was winning a gold medal at the Special Olympics, and as goaltender too. Yeah, the last line of defense. That is a terrific achievement. But yeah, the Kraken now up 5-1 over the Canadiens in the second period. Brandon Montour scoring another goal for Seattle. And Tim Stützle is on the board for the Senators. Toward the end of the first period, they lead the Blues by a score of 3-0. A chance in front. Oh, and at point blank was Zuccarello, but I think he missed the net there. Wild just attacking constantly here. Yeah, well, Mike, at this point, you got to try anything if you're Sullivan, because you know you got to get creative. You have to put the guys in a line blender at this point, right? The Atlantic Division needs your help. Yeah, there's basically a log jam after Florida and Tampa in the standings. It's basically a log jam. Hey, Nick, how you doing, man? We meet again on Thursday, albeit again without Macklin Celebrini. Nick is a or Windy City Hockey is an OG twister. I think he's one of like maybe two people with the 24-month badge. He's been an MVP here for over 2 years now, and he's been watching our channel since 2018 when we first got underway. Always love seeing the original Twisters from now what seems like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Penguins get this cleared all the way down. Now from center ice, losing a handle on that was Trennan. The saucered puck that Fleury sets aside for Spurgeon. You don't have your old account. Oh, yeah, because you have been around for several years. Oh, turnover. And a shot and a pad save by Fleury with the 5-hole covered up. Yeah, that's right, Nick. That's right. You saw the join button. That's amazing. And a one-timer. Oh, Fleury, a big sprawling save there. To deny, I think that was Puljujärvi. So the Penguins showing a little fight in them. But Fleury on top of his game with a couple of beautiful saves with the pads. Why give Trouba the captaincy when Kreider is the longest tenured member? Yeah, I know that has always baffled a lot of fans. Not to mention, Trouba might be on his way out. I mean, they have plenty of capable defensemen on that team. Now we're down to 12 minutes in the second period. Penguins have this behind the Wild's goal line. Now Eller bringing it out to the point, and not a good decision there as he coughs it up. Now we'll get a wholesale line change for the Wild. You didn't think Kreider wants it? Oh, interesting. And I mean, yeah, some players don't want that. Penguins trying to keep their momentum here. It's kind of weird seeing a 72 for the Penguins. I think of Hornqvist, right? Letang, Breslik, high slot. Beauvillier it over. Here comes Eriksson Ek. He shoots, and a save from Blomqvist. Pittsburgh gets the clear. Flyers 1-0. Okay. So the Flyers scored the first goal against the Bruins. That's off the stick of Tyson Forster, his second of the year. Out of all players on New York, Fox is the one who should be captain. Yeah, I think that when Trouba became captain, Fox had only been, I think, on the team for what, like maybe 2 years. So, but like right now, if Trouba were to be traded or something like that, I think that yeah, Fox as captain would probably make sense. Lafreniere, he's been coming on pretty strongly as well, right? Lafreniere, former first overall pick, 4 goals, 4 assists in 8 games, and his ice time, his ice time has gone up by quite a bit too. Crosby has to be close to retirement. I mean, he's over a point per game still. He shows very few signs of stopping. It's just that he doesn't have the support around him. He's only 37. I mean, he's played a lot of hockey, but he could still play pretty damn well, I think, up until he hits 40. I mean, think about somebody like Mark Recchi. He played till he was 43. Mark Recchi, of course, the oldest player to ever score a goal in the Stanley Cup final. If Kreider doesn't want the captaincy, Fox would make sense. Here's Faber. He shoots, and a save from Blomqvist. He's going to cover up. No, wait. No, puck is still alive. Yeah, the game has sort of picked up here. Pittsburgh with a 3-on-2. Here they come. Malkin hands it off. And a nice sprawling stop there from Zuccarello. Do I think he'll play longer? Oh, and we got a fight. Faber. And who's he going up against? I don't know. I see a number 3 and I think of what? Oli Mata? Or was he number 2? It's Saint what is it? From Pittsburgh? Anyway, a little tilt between the two of those fellows. Saint Ivy. Or is it like Son Yve or something like that? Yeah, but does Crosby play longer after his next contract is up? So that will wrap up what? At the end of the 26-7 season? And that's when he turns 40. I mean, I could see him maybe playing like one more year past that. Ooh, that's a great question. I extend this to the chat here as we go to a commercial break. What is a better return to a throwback logo, the Ducks or the Kings? I'd probably give it to the Ducks. I mean, at least I like the logo more, but the Kings, I am pretty happy that they've reverted back to that logo, and their overall uniforms and whatnot look pretty good too. I think it's a win for both teams. I don't think the Ducks. I wasn't a huge fan of their uniforms, but I love the actual home jersey. That looks fantastic. Um, but yeah, the look altogether, I would favor the Kings, but the logo itself, I would favor the Ducks. Yeah, and we'll soon see the. Wait, have we seen the design for the Blues yet? The Winter Classic for the because yeah, the Hawks are playing the Blues, right? Have we seen their design? Because St. Louis so far in their outdoor games, they've killed it both times, and Chicago's looks good too. Ducks logo more so, but the Kings jerseys are clean. Oh, absolutely, yeah. That old logo was just black. Yeah, mostly it was. Um, but yeah, both teams doing fans a big solid there. Hmm. I just wish that somebody out there would man up and wear purple. Kings, Ducks could have gone back to the eggplant, purple and yellow, the way their jerseys are now. Oh, because kind of like the reverse retro 1.0. I would love that absolutely. Or even if they had the same silver and black look with some purple in that, kind of like how in I think '96 that's when they introduced purple, reintroduced it. Um, I would welcome that quite a bit as well. All right, so we're about halfway through this game. All the other games, no scoring updates just yet. We're gonna get a wild power play actually, or went down the whole arm. I mean, for like an outdoor game, I can dig on that. I don't want to see that full time, but I know what you're talking about. I like the rounded shoulders, but the way that they're done, like how Edmonton does it, like I think that's how I want the shoulders to look. Sharks should change their logo to one of the Street Sharks from the early '90s. They should just make a word mark jersey with that crazy jagged text from their inaugural season. I'd welcome that. But Street Sharks, somewhere I believe that somewhere back at my parents' house in the attic, I think we have my Street Sharks toys, and I had all of them. I think I even had one that was an orca. I think. Oh, and the Blackhawks will have their centennial year next year. Yeah, and so will the Rangers, I believe. So yeah, I'm curious to see what they do. Can the Pens do something shorthanded? Oh boy. Fleury got a paddle on that in the middle. That was in the air. A shot and Eller on the doorstep. Fleury able to turn that aside with his pad. And so far, it's been the Penguins doing more on this kill than the Wild on the man advantage. Now O'Connor in the Minnesota corner. Off to the point. Graves, he'll fire it off the end boards. You have Street Sharks as well? Nice. Yeah, I have those. One other cartoon. I think that my mom might have accidentally tossed my biker mice from Mars toys. I loved those as a kid. Um, Here comes Gaudreau. He's got two tonight. Giving chase here. Letang able to clear. Nope. Goes off a player. And now the Wild will settle the puck here with about 7 minutes remaining as they come up empty handed on the power play. And here comes Sid. Letang to the dot. Malkin. Pedersen. Good puck movement. A one timer off the end boards and Pedersen jumping into the play. Crosby has it behind the net. Dishes it out. One timer. And Fleury might have gotten a piece of that. Great work for Sid as he was drawing a couple of defenders. Malkin, and it ramps up a stick and bobbles out of the zone. Got those two, ironically, the local Walmart had them in stock. Huh. I don't even remember. I don't think we even had Walmart back when that show was running. The Street Sharks got a Blu-ray re-release a few months ago. Nice. Malkin almost stuffed one home. Yeah, I like going, like on Hulu or whatever, and finding old cartoons I used to watch and just see how it is as an adult. Like watch Rocco's Modern Life as a grown up, and it's even better. But then again, I have the maturity level of like an 11-year-old. Montreal should go home. It's 6-1 now. Penguins threatening here with 5:20 remaining. Beauvillier. Letang. Shot pass that gets tipped wide of the net. Behind the net, here comes Eller. One timer, Beauvillier, and I think Fleury got a piece on the doorstep and a nice stick lift from Middleton. Did that puck go in? It almost looked like it, but Fleury is able to cover it up. A big scramble in front of the Minnesota net. I don't know why other sports don't have good jerseys. The NHL, where the logo's on there and everything. Yeah, hockey definitely has the best look. Baseball is classic, right? It's the hat and the white jerseys at home, like the pinstripes for a couple of the teams out there. Baseball's the lettering. Baseball's classic. Basketball uniforms. This is me scratching the nostalgia itch, but is Matty? No, that guy looks like Matty Beniers, but like 40 pounds heavier. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the NBA. They peaked in the mid 1990s when you had like the Vancouver Grizzlies, the Toronto Raptors. Uh, the Sonics look was probably not quite as good as it was earlier, but still kind of memorable. Teams like the Orlando Magic and Charlotte Hornets, right? Like those looks were great. And then football, yeah, you don't get the logo on the front, but it's all about the helmet, right? Yeah, Rocco had so much hidden adult humor. Exactly. Yeah, Flower still moves great. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He was scrambling all over the place. I don't know if he actually got a piece of any of those shots in the last sequence, but he made it look cool. Have more long sleeve jerseys for baseball. Interesting. We're at a commercial break, FYI. Yeah, so the sixth goal for Seattle, second of the night from Brandon Montour. So 6-1. Crazy, huh? And that's just halfway through the game. The Capitals in the first period outshot the Rangers 20-5. Go figure. But the Rangers will be on a power play to start the second period. All right, here comes Letang at the dot, skating in and off a defender. Malkin tried to rip a shot. He's got it. Cycle to Raquel. He's got one of the goals tonight. And then my freaking game feed just cut out. That happens once a game. Like ESPN is just weird like that. Kraken are on double digit watch. Yeah, yeah. I remember 2 years ago they had a 9-8 game against the Kings. That was one of the craziest games I've watched in recent memory. Charlotte Hornets, you had a teal and purple jacket. Yeah, yeah. I wish I had one of those. I have a my basketball cards. Some of my best ones are organized in a Charlotte Hornets binder that looks probably exactly like your jacket did. Uh, or like when the Golden State Warriors. I mean, the Warriors have had some really good looks, but they had the the Thunder look with the mascot Thunder. I mean, that brings back so many great memories. But like the Timberwolves, like old uniforms at the start of the Garnett era, those were freaking king, man. When they will do a Winter Classic on a frozen lake, that would be pretty amazing. But I mean, how are you going to build a rink build a rink with boards on a lake? First NBA jersey was a Kobe jersey. I hope that you still have that. Chance in front. Here's Bunting, and Fleury pounces on it and covers up. Penguins have closed the gap in shots. They now trail in that category 22-17 as we go to our final commercial break. But Lake Tahoe was like there was a rink right next to Lake Tahoe, right? Here, I'll show you guys what the Lake Tahoe game looked like. It was right next to Lake Tahoe because Lake Tahoe doesn't actually freeze. Because Lake Tahoe is one of the deepest lakes in the country. Ah, shoot! I think that might have clipped. So yeah, we're at commercial break. A little bit over 3 minutes until we get into second intermission. Ducks, by the way, Troy Terry scores to extend the lead to 2-0, and that is Terry's fifth of the season, and it came on the power play from McTavish and Zellweger. Favorite Flower moment? Oh man, it would probably be one of his pranks. I don't know what prank it would be though. Didn't he put something in like Crosby's skates or something like that? Or you know what, Flurry? I would say when he wanted to fight Jordan Binnington, that would have to be right up there for me. That would be number two. Number one, though, kind of piggybacking on the away fan. For me, it would probably be when Fleury made that diving stop in game. Sorry, away fan, but when Fleury made that diving stop in Game 7 at the very end, it would be that when he opted out of the gear bag, popped out of the gear bag. Okay, that vaguely sounds familiar. Yeah, that save from Fleury is probably one of the best I've ever seen because it's so clutch. One timer Raquel and nice block from former San Jose Shark defenseman Jake Middleton. Sent all the way down. Fleury's going to play this with his paddle, hand it off to Faber. Yeah, Chicago legend. Hey, Fleury played really well for Chicago. And you know who else did too was Robin Lehner. And a chance. Here comes Johansson. Johansson, excuse me. And denied by Blomqvist. And Mojo at the top of the circle. A shot. Eriksson got a piece of that. Now Pustinen. The Hail Mary by Jaden Daniels. I actually haven't seen it. I didn't follow any football that weekend. But I can thank the Commanders for keeping my Vikings out of the basement in the NFC North. But we'll see. We'll see if they slide any further. It could happen. Carlson, and he immediately gives it away to Gaudreau. A shot, and Blomqvist with a pad save. Minute 30 remaining in the period. Got a contested puck at the blue line here. Block shots favor the Wild 12-6. And we'll get a whistle with 1:10. Yeah, Kraken still on top 6-1. Favorite horror movie? Yeah, I haven't really watched all many horror films. Um, but it's not really so much a horror film. I think it's more of a suspense film, but it has horror elements. Uh, for me, it's The Shining. I love The Shining. I haven't seen it in a few years. I need to watch it again. But yeah, Jack Nicholson is wonderful in that, and of course, rest in peace to Shelley Duvall. Now Zuccarello, and he gets taken down by Beauvillier. Worked at the point, looking for the tip play in front, behind the net. Karamzat does Kaprizov a tap in for Zuccarello. What a heads up play from Kaprizov. And that goal stings. It's now 4-2. And the Wild will take some momentum into the locker room from that. The Thing. Oh, nice. I haven't watched that in a long time, which is funny because recently I got ridiculously well, actually, I won't say that part. But me and the lady watched Big Trouble in Little China. That's one of my favorites from John Carpenter. There you go. But yeah, I saw the Thing a long time ago. Nice seeing him actually shoot the puck, and an easy tap in there for Zook. We get to the final 20 seconds as Spurgeon. Wild can't quite get this clear. Malkin hangs onto it, hands it off to the point. Behind the net. Now Crosby looking for Raquel out front. Carlson, Grzelcyk. And Brodin had his stick knocked out of his hands, no penalty. And the Wilds will skate into intermission with a 4-2 lead, scoring the lone 2 goals in that period. I'm trying to think of any other horror movies. I mean, yeah, I really just haven't watched all that many. No Colin Crosby. I mean, all I saw was the stick go flying, but no, there wasn't a call on that. So yeah, Wilder 20 minutes away from rebounding after losing their first regulation game or first game in regulation. Camera just went out of focus. Come on, camera. Okay. Okay. Oh, the Rangers, by the way, have cut the deficit to 1. They now trail the Capitals 3-2. As starting off the period was Mika Zibanejad with, as Sam Rosen delightfully exclaims, a power play goal. But yeah, Wild looks sharp, man. And the Penguins did show a lot of fight in that period. It's just that when you concede a goal like that, uh, you're trailing by 1, and now you're trailing by 2 going into the locker room. I mean that it feels like now you're trailing by 4. Excuse me. Good evening from Detroit. Hey, thanks for jumping in, brand new. Uh, on that subject, are you watching the Lions? Because man, I'm a Vikings fan, but yeah, man, Lions are a tough team. Tough team, even without Aiden Hutchinson. Go Wild though. Oh, okay. Can't stand the Pens. Well, the Wild looked really sharp through most of this game. You find jump scares too generic. You prefer movies that when they're over, you go home, turn on all the lights and TV, and that's better. Time to go to bed. Yeah, you just fear that something's going to pop out of your closet. Uh, um, one good horror film that I saw. It's been a few years. Was The Conjuring, and I can't remember. Was The Haunting of Hill House? Is that part of the same universe? But that was a show that was on Netflix. I think they had like a second season with a different storyline. But that show was there were a couple episodes that scared the crap out of me. Um, then you also had what else have I seen? One movie that I remember many years ago was called Identity with John Cusack. I remember that movie scaring me quite a bit. I was much younger, but yeah. Going to watch the Wings Jets game tomorrow. Oh, the the red hot Winnipeg Jets. You got upper level ticket for just $22. All right, at the big pizza box. Way to go! Don't knock twice. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Um, and actually, I saw it today that the Hurricanes for on election day, their tickets are only $20. I don't know if they're waiving the fees too, but I got an email about that today. Um, Chance, you like country music? I had never been that big into country. I mean, there are certain like subgenres of country that I do like. I don't listen to it really by myself, but if if I go to a southern state, if I go to like Tennessee or Texas or something like that, I want to hear a bunch of country music. I want to feel like I'm immersed like that. Sinister. I think I remember seeing a trailer for that, and that looked pretty good. Uh, has anybody seen any good slasher films? I haven't seen any of the classic ones. Honestly, I haven't. Like Evil Dead or Friday the 13th, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street. The only slasher I can think that I've seen, well, I've seen a couple of like the spoof ones, like what Tucker and Dale. Zombieland is kind of well, it's like it's more of an action comedy with zombies. Um, not yet, girl. I'm trying to think of what else I've seen. I've seen Planet Terror, which was Robert Rodriguez's film. That was pretty fun. I like that one a good bit. Pasternak Otigo was this season was literally the exact same way with the exact same score as Game 7. Let's see here. No score updates, but just to recap all the scores that are live right now in the NHL, the Flyers are on top of the Bruins at the end of two by a score of 1-0. The only goal scored by Tyson Forster. The Kraken with a commanding 6-1 lead over the Canadiens. That's 6 goals on just 17 shots. That's at second intermission. We're midway through the St. Louis Ottawa game. The Senators are on top 3-0. Goals from Stutzla, Noah Gregor, and Josh Norris. The Ducks are up 2-0 at the end of two against the Islanders. Goals from Terry and Carlson, Leo Carlson, that is. We've got, of course, our featured game, 4-2 Wild over the Penguins. We have the Rangers trailing the Capitals. 5 minutes gone by in the second period by a score of 3-2. Alex Ovechkin has two for Washington. And then tonight, we just have one game tonight. Starting at 10 Eastern, it's the LA Kings and my San Jose Sharks. And I know that right now the World Series is going on. And right now the Dodgers are up 2-0 in the bottom of the second. So well on their way to buying their World Series. Excuse me, winning the World Series. All right. I mean, it's true. Like I don't even like I'm not going to count World Series for these teams that spend like $1 billion on their payroll. Like the Guardians almost made the world. Like the Guardians should be given a trophy. They should be like crowned the true champions for like having a payroll that's at least like three times less than these top spenders. So yeah, the Penguins have some work to do down to, and of course the Wild scoring in that final minute, or was it in the absolute final minute? Yeah, Zuccarello scoring his fifth of the season, and that was at 19:23 in that period. Other goals, Frederick Gaudreau has scored his first two of the season. By the way, Kirill Kaprizov is now up to 13 assists to go alongside, what is that, like 8 goals or something absurd like that? Uh, okay, no. He doesn't have that many. But he's up there. Uh, is it Jacob Lauko or Jakob Lauko? Anyway, Lauko for Minnesota also has a goal. The goals for Pittsburgh, the first for Valtteri Pustinen, and the fifth for longtime Anaheim Duck, Ricard Raquel. Also, we have a couple of lead extensions. The Senators have extended their lead to 4-0 over the Blues. Brady Tkachuk scoring a power play goal that is his fifth of the year from Batherson and Stutzla. So they're up on St. Louis halfway through their game, 4-0. And we just had two goals actually in what's becoming a shootout between the Capitals and Rangers. Fourth goal for Washington scored by Rasmus Sandin. That's his first of the year. And scoring his fourth of the year for New York just, what was that, 14 seconds later. That was Philip Hedl. Or just a couple years ago, maybe because laugh at the Yankees, but against the curse. They're the richest. No, actually, no, I think the Dodgers have the highest payroll. Actually, no, maybe the Mets do. I mean, but that doesn't even include like because the way that some contracts are structured. Okay, their contracts. The Yankees are spending over $303 million. The Dodgers were at 240, or excuse me, 249. My Giants were 10th with 211. I had no idea my Giants spent that much. They have no idea how to spend their money, I swear. But yeah, the Guardians had the third lowest payroll and nearly got to the World Series this year. Yeah, these payrolls are out of control. But again, like Otani, only a couple $1,000,000 counts against the salary cap. When really he's being paid like over $50 million. It's just ridiculous. Baseball needs a salary cap. Choose the nuke. Yeah, exactly. Rangers, by the way, at the tail end of a power play. You can't get into baseball. You've tried. Yeah, I haven't really watched it over the last decade or so. MLB loses a season over a salary cap lockout too. I would rather have that happen in order to have a salary cap. Bettman is still behind it all. Or have like, salary like a loose salary cap, like luxury tax, whatever you want to do. The NBA and NFL, they have something more flexible than the NHL does, and I wouldn't be opposed to that for baseball. Open to the idea of checking out the Savannah Bananas. There we go. Some real baseball right there. Banana ball. I just wish that they would come to Spokane. That'd be amazing. But they're going to be playing at like football stadiums now. It's unbelievable what they've done. I've actually read a couple of books from Jesse Cole, who's the owner of the team. Pretty amazing guy, really. And the documentary the docu series that ESPN made was terrific as well. Banana Land. I think we could have had the Guardians or Tigers, but no, we can't have fun in baseball. It was a Tigers payroll. Tigers payroll, yeah, was 24th. And the Savannah Bananas have recently introduced two new teams. So they have four teams owned by their company, Fans First Entertainment. Hopefully one day I get to see them. I think they're coming to Seattle this upcoming year. So I've entered a lottery to see a game there. 5-0 Senators over the Blues. That's 2 goals for Brady Tkachuk. And that one was also on the power play. I wonder if that was a 5. No, that wasn't a 5-on-3, I don't think. But yeah, everybody's getting on the board tonight for the Senators, or at least they're all getting on the score sheet. And we're only halfway through the game. Just from the antics that you've seen on YouTube. Yeah. I mean, it's really fun. You basically, as a fan, you get to be almost as much a part of the show as the actual players. And it's cool because when fans catch a foul ball, it's counted as an out. And like I've heard that at least they used to do this when people would enter the stadium. I think that like the way that they would like go into the stadium, and then what would happen is like the way that they would get actually to their seats eventually. The bananas would treat it like the fans were leaving the game to start out. So they were like, "Thanks for coming," right when they showed up. Not to mention their tickets are like all inclusive with food and beverage. So it's like you pay a flat fee, you get all the food and drink you want. And the thing is that they actually make more money off of merchandising that puts them in the black versus the overhead for food and drink. It's amazing. 3 month mark for you of working out 37 total workouts. All right, man. Well, that's more than me. Way to go. Brandon says last night was bad for New York sports. I mean, it's not looking so great tonight, but even though I'm not a Yankees fan, it'd be nice if they pulled off a reverse sweep. Capitals and Rangers game must be really entertaining, though. Sens are beating the Blues now 6-0. Oh, Adam Gaudette. I didn't even know he still had a job in the NHL. He scores his third of the year for Ottawa. They're on top 6-0. Wow. Cortana. Oh, shoot. Another good documentary was, about the riot in 2011 in Vancouver. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. But thanks for reminding me. I'm always looking for interesting features. Tigers push was fun while it lasted. Yeah, I had no idea that they were going to make the playoffs. I figured it would have been basically the Twins representing the Central, and they folded immediately once we got to like September. My first love in baseball, the Minnesota Twins. It was a 30 for 30. Yeah, those are always great. All right. And the teams are skating out for the start of the third period. God, who's in goal for St. Louis? Wait, is St. Louis actually starting a goaltender tonight? Pardon. All right, we're gonna get underway with the third period shortly. Rooting for the Tigers and Padres. Yeah, I mean, even as a Giants fan, I want to see the Padres win a World Series, and I would have thought they would have done more damage. Yeah, they kind of went out with a whimper. Uh, the Vancouver riots were bad because it still haunts the city. I haven't really been into Vancouver. I've driven through it, but that's about it. You're Cortana. Have a treat. Your allegiance is always for the West Coast team. Hey. Yeah, Chance. Yeah, so when I was a kid, at one point as a kid, I was a Twins, Vikings, Supersonics, Sharks fan. Marijuana is bad and good. Rooting for the Mets in the playoffs. Yeah, jeez. Would have been nice if we had a Subway series, right? It could have actually not been a sweep. But yeah, I am that's right, Chance. I'm a Giants fan. All right, so we're underway in the third period. We'll see if the Penguins can come out with some fire like they did to start the game, and Fleury is going to cover this up. In other hockey news, the PWHL are planning to add two teams next year. So that's what didn't they say? What like Ottawa and Washington, or Ottawa and DC, or excuse me, like Ottawa and Philadelphia, something like that. PWHL should add a team here in Spokane. It's not exactly a huge area, but people like hockey out here quite a bit, and we have an arena that would fill out pretty well. Anyway, all right, here comes Boldy. He shoots, and Letang got a little piece of that. Another shot and saved by Blomqvist as he scrambles. Correct, Chance. Although the New York Giants, I have to give them credit for actually, Chance, you'll have to earmuffs. I was pretty happy when they bested Brady in the Super Bowl twice. They should expand to Florida. Actually, you know what, anime nerd? That is a fantastic point. They should. They really should. Florida hockey has never been this hot. Right now, it's hotter than Hansel. And this is pinned in the Pittsburgh corner. Night Monster plays Steelheads. All right. Now, are you going to that? I guess I have to root for the Steelheads just because now I live in Idaho, even though I live in the other part of the state. Oh, Kaprizov almost had a that would have been a nifty setup. All right, Brodeen, poor Dios. Yes, perdiendo muy mal. I'm a Commanders, Bruins, Red Sox, and Celtics fan. Also, Edmonton Elks. I don't watch CFL, but go Blue Bombers. A shot and Blomqvist able to swallow up that shot from Kirill Kaprizov. Florida hockey is on a tear. 5 straight finals appearances. And the Everblades, yeah, 3-time defending champions. Good point there, too. Yeah, Florida could use another. Yeah, women's team would be great. And you could even put that in Orlando if you wanted. But I guess you'd probably put it in either Tampa or Miami. Oh, you got Flow Hockey. That's right. Yeah. You know that Stream East actually has AHL and ECHL games and WHL? I didn't know that. So now I can like watch the Spokane Chiefs on there for free. All right. Wild still have this in the Penguin zone. A shot and Bogosian shoots that off of Blomqvist. This gets dumped down behind Fleury. And Bunting able to jump on the puck. A chance in front and just wide of the net there off that shot from on that shot from I couldn't see who that was. Uh, I'm not a Patriots fan because they're not real Boston. Boston's greatest team of all time, of course, is the Whalers. All right, here comes Middleton. Dumps it around the net. Yeah, I'd like to see the PWHL. Eventually, they could expand to California. They don't have anything yet for that. Here comes Crosby at the dot. He shoots and Fleury is saved, but puck is still alive. 3.5 gone by. Nice retrieval from Sid. A chance in front. They score. What a great setup. And that starts with Sidney Crosby, a fantastic puck retrieval and a play out in front for, was that Bunting? Oh, Raquel. Raquel's second of the game. And the Penguins have life. And Cortana has another treat to her name. PWHL, yeah, Vegas. Yeah, that would be fantastic too. Here we go. Cortana. All right. If you haven't already, smash that like for Cortana, everybody. You can watch yeah. Yeah, Flow hockey's great if If you want to watch hockey, when your NHL team has the night off, no girl, not yet. 4 minutes gone by. Shots favorite Minnesota, albeit just by a margin of four. Ricard Raquel scoring his sixth goal of the season, and now that's good for the team lead. Pens dump it down, get a change. I'll get the clear. Regained by Eller. Sent down toward Fleury. John Merrill. Oh, former Vegas Golden Knight, John Merrill. A chance in the slot, and Fleury able to get that save off the stick of Eller. As the Penguins, they are pressing here. As the crowd begins chanting, "Let's go Pens." Wild dump this all the way down. Eriksson Ek sending it around the net. Johansson trying to hand it off to Boldy. Eriksson Ek stripped by Crosby. And the Eriksson Ek line. A shot. A block there from Pettersson. And Crosby comes the other way. Here comes Raquel. Crosby looking for Raquel in front. Off of Faber and skated out now. Eriksson Ek streaking down the center. Kaprizov, and a stick goes absolutely flying. A glove save from Blomqvist with 14:05 left. Pens are not out of it. After this, I think I'll be watching my Sharks take on the LA Kings. We're fresh off of our first win of the season in stunning comeback fashion, of course. And Spurgeon a shot wide of Blomqvist's arm. In the corner, scooped up. Kaprizov applying some pressure. Now Letang flicks it up. Patriots used to be the Boston Patriots. That's true, yeah. Now Kaprizov drawing a couple defenders. He's trying to backhand this cross ice. Brodin rims around, and Graves playing it up. And Glass looked like the Pens were going to be offside there, so the Wild will regain possession and slap it in. To the point, a shot ramps up a stick, goes behind the net. Merrill at the point. Bogosian's done a lot from the point offensively, actually. And now a puck that gets dumped all the way down by Fleury, but this will be an icing with 12:55 remaining in regulation. Where are those Kings at going to OT? We'll try. We'll try. Hopefully, we're not sucking air. Although I got to say, that guy, I am looking forward to whatever Utah decides to name its team and how the branding looks. But I think the Yeti's looking more likely. Achari. Oh, he had Hayes open in the slot, but they couldn't connect. King's got a back-to-back starting tonight. Got it. Carlson takes a hit. Penn's able to send this down. And a puck that goes out of play into the crowd. We're going to head to a commercial break here. Ricard Raquel has, of course, cut the deficit to one. It's 4-3 with 12:20 remaining. Elsewhere, the Islanders have gotten on the board here with 12:20 remaining in their contest. Barzell, his second of the year. Flyers up 1-0 against the Bruins in the third period. 6-1. Kraken hold their lead over the Canadiens. 6-0. Senators over the Blues. And, of course, we're looking at the Rangers Capitals game because Alex Ovechkin is on hat trick watch, although it looks like the Rangers have emptied, or excuse me, never mind. It's in the second period, so about 4 minutes left. Caps out shooting New York 31-12, but of course they're only up 4-3. Yeah, Utah. All I gotta say is please don't stay Utah Hockey Club. That's boring. And for anybody, the Yankees have second and third with no outs, and are trailing now 2-1. So they are potentially rallying here. Actually, Cortana's one of her nicknames is Cortana the Rally Dog because when I adopted her, the Giants got into the postseason. This is in 2014, and Cortana puppy she had a lot of zoomies, so we'd get like really excited when the Giants would score a run, and then Cortana would like get the zoomies, and so my sister called it Rally Dog. And of course, the Giants won the World Series that year. Uh, Actually, Madison Bumgarner basically won the World Series that year. Incredible. Got to see. I went to Game 5 of the World Series. I took my dad. All right, back to the action. Faber initiates a clear to Boldy. He'll send it over the net. Retrieved by Raquel, stripped by Boldy. Carlson able to play it over to Raquel, and was that against the Royals? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Bumgarner pitched, I think, like a 4-hit shutout in Game 5. A minute of silence apiece for the Bruins that are deceased. Greetings from a Leaf fan from Chile. Oh, Rodolfo, thanks for joining us. And congratulations to the Leafs for defeating the Winnipeg Jets. Yeah, the Bruins haven't gotten off to the greatest of starts. Of course, the Bruins have already had to play the Panthers twice. The Panthers kind of have the Bruins number. Yeah. Wild are gonna skate this clear. Spurgeon dumps it down. The Leafs had a 2 or 3 game streak, so it was due to when it last. Oh, like a lose. Yeah. Yeah, the Maple Leafs, the big name players are showing up. So like Nylander's scoring, Tavares is scoring. Matthews not so much, but Matthew Nyes, he has a few goals. I think the Maple Leafs will be okay. Not to mention Joseph Wool is. Didn't they just take him off of IR? Fleury's gonna secure this with his glove with 10:36 left. Um, do the Canucks need DeBrusque? Well, I thought that the Bruins would be okay because they signed Elias Lindholm, and right now Elias Lindholm has 2 goals and 3 assists. So not so good. All right, Wild controlling the faceoff in their own zone. Gaudreau keeps that away from Beauvillier and draws a penalty. The Wild will go on a power play. 10:22 remaining. Grand slam for the Yankees. Okay, nice. Number 11, whoever that is. I did have a Yankees hat back in the day because I wanted to be cool and look like Fred Durst. So I had a red Yankees hat. Yeah, I'll take a look at the Bruins. Yeah, the Bruins. Pasternak has 6 goals and 2 assists. Oh, nice pass from Zuccarello. A chance in front and knocked down was, I would think that's what, Eriksson Ek? Zuccarello at the top. Over to Faber. A backhander out to Zook. A shot and a save by Blomqvist off of Boldy. Full pay. Mr. Vids, thanks for jumping in here. Can't see the game right now, but I tend to think that the Flyers may be playing a conservative strategy in Boston to get the win. Well, yeah, because they need to support their goaltenders because their goaltenders have not been performing very well for them. Did you miss anything major, Sea Dog? Ricard Raquel scored at the beginning of the period, but that's about it. It's been a good game, but here comes Kaprizov. Rims it around. Eriksson Ek, back to Kirill to the point, and I think he was trying to get too cute there. Wild still have 1 minute of power play time. Now Zuccarello hands it back to Kaprizov, drawing some defenders. Boldy into the dot. Good puck movement. A shot from Zuccarello and some traffic in front. Doesn't quite get on goal. And did my stream just die for a second there? I think it did. I'll have to refresh. She found a Yankees jersey not knowing that you're a Red Sox fan. I think that my dad was on a business trip, and I think that one of his coworkers or clients gave him a Dodgers shirt as like a joke. So when I was like 7 years old, there's a picture of me wearing a Dodgers shirt. But one of my early picks I can remember when I was a baby, I'm wearing a Giants shirt, and it says "I'm a hum baby." And a lot of people know I'm a Vikings fan for football, but my my first love though was the 49ers for 3 years. During the era of Steve Young, Jerry Rice, Merton Hanks, Bryant Young, Dana Stubblefield. I still like them, but my allegiance is with the purple and gold. Okay, It's actually a 5-on-3 for Minnesota for 20 seconds here. Faber's going to work this to Zook, taking his time around the net, back to him. In front, shot and save by Blomqvist off the rebound. 8 seconds on the 5-on-3. Looking for something in front off a stick. And Pettersson makes a good play on Eriksson Ek. Penguins get the clear, but they do have now a minute 30 of power play time from the second penalty. A shot and Zuccarello is denied. Loose puck. Faber. Faber at the point again. Zook. Cross ice, a one-timer, and that goes nowhere near the net. And the Penguins can lift it clear. And what's going to happen here? Is this a delay of game? It is a delay of game. Bryce, what's going on? It's a dog alert. What's a dog alert? I mean, I'll show Cortana. We're waiting for the call here. Here's Cortana. There she is. That's a good girl. Let's all support Fleury. Yeah, he has weathered the storm fairly well for his current club. And so, yeah, it's going to be a call on Eller for delay of game. Cannot take that undisciplined. Yeah, delay of game. Oh, got it. I should know that, Jake, with all the delays of game that the Vikings have had. Boldy to the goal line for Zuccarello. So it's a 5-on-3 for 40 seconds. Boldy. Zuccarello. One-timer and nice save by Blomqvist. Great positioning. Getting a pad on that, but it's still alive in the zone. Boldy and Zuccarello play catch. Looking for the cross-ice pass. A one-timer and Blomqvist another save. I mean, Blomqvist has looked pretty sharp despite the score. Keegan Colasar is on pace for 33 goals. If he hits 25, that would be miraculous. Boldy. Zuccarello looking cross-ice. Nice. Whoever got that stick down. Great play. And the Penguins have a minute left to kill 5-on-4. As we get to under, we're coming up on 6:40 left in regulation. All right. The Wild attack once more. It's Rossi. Handing it back to Spurgeon. A shot and off a stick and out of play with 36 seconds remaining in the penalty. The delay of game. The dog. Steven, what's going on? Thank you. Yeah. Love the hat. Yeah. Hey, we're getting into it. We're going to have 4, if not 5 months in a row where it doesn't exceed 50 degrees. Oh, here. I'll show Cortana for you. Okay. And we get another another puck out of play in the Pittsburgh zone. Wait, let's see if I can get Cortana better here. There she is. There you go. Love my vids. Thank you, Bryce. Thank you. But yeah, This was a subscriber gift. Actually, the hat and the jersey were from CJ, one of our channel moderators, longtime friend of the channel. And the Penguins, great penalty killing, and especially Blomqvist. Kaprizov charges back, a shot, and Blomqvist will swallow that up as we head to a commercial break. So this game is not over. 5:36 remaining. Oh, good girl. So right now, yeah, in Game 4 of the World Series, the Yankees hit a grand slam. They're up 5-2 in the bottom of the fourth. All of our other games, the scores remain unchanged. Flyers with 8:30 remaining cling to a 1-0 lead over the Bruins. Kraken on top 6-1 over the Canadiens. 7 minutes left in that contest. Senators about to start period number 3. They have a 6-0 lead over the Blues. Ducks are up 2-1 with 5:33 left over the Islanders. Isles with 39 shots on goal, so it must be yet again a fantastic performance from Lukasz Dostal. And who knows? He plays like this, he could be a dark horse for a finalist for the Vezina. It's a little bit of a hot take, but he's up there in save percentage and goals against. She's sleeping like a queen. Oh, she is a queen. Uh, oh yeah. Well, I'll never say no to a jersey. Capitals still clinging to their 4-3 lead over the Rangers. That is at second intermission. And then, of course, in about 45 minutes or so, my Sharks will take on the Los Angeles Kings. All it takes for Ovi to get going is to drop him from your fantasy team. Keep doing it. All right. Can the Penguins respond? The puck has been in their end quite a bit because of the penalty. A shot off the backboards and corralled by Letang. They'll get the clear. Oh, well, that's okay, Rick. You good, man. Now Malkin, wobbling puck. He'll try to take this from Spurgeon, but the Wild captain. Oh, turned over a shot and just wide of Fleury off the rebound. Malkin. And from the half wall, here's Johansson. And skied out of the zone as the Wild can get a change. All right, Grzelcyk, longtime former Boston Bruin, will dump this down behind Fleury. Scrum in the corner. Eller, oh, almost was able to get that in front toward the crease. And now Marcus Foligno. Trennan working against a couple of pens. Foligno now around the net where Trennan is, trying to muscle this away from Achari. Middleton dropping in. A lot of physical guys out there for the Wild. But the Penguins able to come up with the puck here. And Erik Karlsson will hold the puck from behind his net with 4 minutes remaining as the Pens regroup. Dump down, but this will go for icing. Minnesota, by the way, with those power plays now leads in shots by the count of 38-27. All right, so we'll get a face-off in the Pittsburgh zone. Kaprizov freeing that from Carlson. And now Bogosian. Bogosian and nah. Or Kaprizov taking this from behind the net, battling against Pedersen. And Kaprizov trips up Pedersen. Are we going to get a call? No call. As Merrill fires it from the point and Blomqvist gloves it. That does surprise me. Well, thanks, Stephen. Those are kind words. I actually I can't remember if I ever told you this, but I do keep my desktop background is actually a collage of various comments from people, and I actually have one of yours on there. Got I don't know, about 15 or 20 different comments from people. So it's comments like that keeps me going. So thank you. Yeah, that easily could have been a call. Yeah, I'm surprised. Kirill put his stick right in the skates. I wonder who. I guess Vanacek's probably going to start for San Jose tonight. Let's see here. What games are going on in the NFL this weekend? Let's see here. Week 9. So Houston, New York. Now Houston without Diggs. Dallas, Atlanta, Miami, Buffalo, Vegas, Cincinnati, Chargers, Browns, Pats, Titans, Commanders, Giants, Saints, Panthers, Broncos, Ravens. Broncos have had a nice start for the most part. Jaguars versus Eagles. Bears, Cardinals. Bears, Cardinals could be a low-key good game. Packers and Lions. That's got to be game of the week. Seahawks versus Rams. That should be a good one. Colts versus Vikings, and then the Monday night game, Buccaneers versus Chiefs. The Bucks will need a win in prime time. Wow, the Broncos are 5-3. Huh. Go figure. Yeah, Niners gonna beat the Cowboys. Thank you, as always. Brandon Montour has a hat trick. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna give Cortana a treat for that. Florida Panther Stanley Cup winner, Brandon Montour. Unbelievable. All right. 3:20 to go. Bucks versus the Chiefs. Yeah. Okay. Here, I'll cut to Cortana. Brandon Montour got a hat trick. There you go, girl. It's a defenseman getting a hattie. Of course, Brandon Montour signing, I think that was like a 6 or 7 year deal with the Kraken. All right. Penguins gain the Minnesota zone. Colts Vikings could be sneaky good. It could be. Especially if the Colts get out to a 33-0 lead. .242 remaining. All right. So we have a face-off in the Minnesota zone. Gaudreau losing this to Eller. And Pedersen slaps one right off of whoever was right in front of him, Gaudreau. And Blomqvist able to help the Pens regain the zone. Middleton. Gaudreau, nice support there, battling against Bunting. Third hat trick of the season. What? He would have to have at least 9 goals. Speaking of which, going into tonight, the leading goal scorer was Nico Hischier with 9, albeit his team has played more games than everybody else, but still, that's wicked impressive. St. Ivany, a shot and Fleury the save, and on the doorstep, the Pens couldn't quite stuff it home. Raquel looking for the hat trick, moves it down to Eller, and Fleury a big sprawling save, looking like Game 7 in 09. Pretty close. As we get to 140, and Blomqvist is still in the net. Who scored for the Penguins? Raquel has 2 goals. I can't remember who scored the first goal. but Raquel has the most recent two, I think. Pustinen, he had the first goal. 3-1 Ducks over the Islanders. Okay, the net is emptied with a buck 10 remaining. Pittsburgh dumping this all the way down. Brodin immediately hassled by 2 forecheckers. Malkin trying to get this out to the point. Boldy fighting for his life. Raquel steers it around looking for O'Connor, and Kaprizov able to shovel this out of the zone to Malkin in the neutral. And we're down to 45 seconds. Marc-Andre Fleury on the doorstep of winning his final game. A bobbling puck in the Penguin zone that's scooped up Carlson. Dumped all the way around the net. Middleton loses a handle on that. Trying to get this free from Crosby. Kaprizov, he stays out there. Takes one to the empty net, and he scores. Kaprizov. And that should do it. Kirill the Thrill, another goal. I think it's been a 3-point night for him. I'm going to call this final, even though there's just a few seconds left. And we'll give you that would be the 6th straight loss in a row for the Pens. That's not good. 8-1 Kraken. Jeepers. Mike Evans is out and Godwin's out with an. Oh, geez. That's atrocious for them. Whoop, there you go, girl. Good girl. Kirill the Thrill. Yeah, what a hell of a season he's having so far. And the crowd is chanting Fleury. I love that. Head it out. Okay. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate that very much. And we'll see you around for the next one. You have yourself a good night and a good meal. 8-2. All right. And that's a wrap from Pittsburgh. The Wild improved to 6-1-2 with a 5-3 victory over the Penguins as Marc-Andre Fleury wraps up his final game in Pittsburgh with a victory. He actually has a Viking on his helmet. I didn't even know that. I like Fleury even more. And the crowd chanting Fleury even more as they're all standing up. Yeah, everybody, all the fans are standing up and clapping for him. I wonder if he's going to salute the crowd or something like that. I'll stick around for just a minute to see what that looks like. And now the stadium is quiet, or the arena. Wild looks sneaky good. Yeah, they have some good line chemistry. They have a good variety on defense. They have physical guys. They have puck movers. They have some young stars. They have some proven veterans. They have some good goaltending. And the first star, they give Fleury the first star of the game. And he hugs Letang. He hugs Crosby. That's classy. I love it. And Marc-Andre Fleury raises his stick to the crowd. And the longtime goaltender getting stick taps and an ovation from the crowd. Raising his stick and flipping it up for a lucky fan. And again, one more chant of Fleury, Fleury. Oh, Christina, Crosby will stay on Pittsburgh for 2 more years past this year. So he'll be a Penguin until he's 39, 40 years old. and he's being interviewed right now. I'm just listening to his interview now. Am I a Vikings fan? Yeah, I am. Skull Squad for life. Yep, and he thanks the crowd. Struble ejected from the game. I don't think I know who that is. Yeah, 8-2 Kraken over the Canadians. 7-0 Senators over the Blues. Ducks emerged victorious over the Islanders by a score of 3-1. Flyers 2-0 over Bruins. What is the Caps game? It's still 4-3 early in the third. Empty netter for Philly. Well, they needed that, right? And yeah, I think that's going to do it for tonight. Again, congrats to Marc-Andre Fleury and the Wild as their great start to the season continues. And hopefully we'll have another stream for you guys soon enough. Thank you for of course hanging out with me, whether you just dropped in or have been hanging out with us for a couple hours here. And thanks for the super chats, of course. And Cortana and I will see you for another one soon enough, right, girl? Let's see if we can get down to Cortana here. Can my camera focus? Oh shoot! As my microphone almost gets toppled. All right. Well, from Cortana and myself. We will see you again soon. Have a good night. And later.